All right, good morning, everybody. Let's continue our labs. Today, we're going to connect what we have learned so far and teach you how to deal with the assignments, the laboratory assignments. So let's go to HydroShare. Let's open the account and let's access the Jupyterlab. Okay, this is taking a bit longer, but are you guys logging already? Okay.
Yeah.
Got to refresh, but no, nothing is happening. Today in the morning, I was watching a video about how microwaves work. So it reminded me of another concept that is related to the microwave photons and food warming. So the video says, can we use any wavelength of light to warm up food? Okay. In theory, yes. Okay. Like you leave, the example we have been used, you leave a black box outside, it will warm up over time. But it might not warm up as fast as we want. Okay. You leave a box outside, well, you have to wait a couple of hours to get warmer enough. So to cook, you'll need to leave it all day. So you cannot wait a whole day for a bag of popcorn. So why microwaves? And this is an interesting property about light. It's that any wavelength has what we call it a penetration depth. So blue light, which is in the 400 nanometers, can penetrate the surface on an object half the distance of the wavelength value. So let's say UV light is in the 300 nanometers, so it will penetrate the skin 150 nanometers. Okay, so then near infrared light, which is in the let's say 1,000 nanometers, will penetrate the skin and the leaves 500 nanometers. Thermal photons will penetrate. If we choose at 10 microns, it will penetrate 5 microns. So the longer or as we move to higher values of wavelength, the penetration of that photon into the matter increases. Microwave is the wavelength of microwave is in the 5 to 10 centimeters, 2 inches wavelength. The penetration is 1 inch. So you can then, when you put food in a plate to be warm up, you will see that the top, when you put a lot of food, it will warm up the top layer, but not the bottom. And this is because it's only warming up 1 inch of food. Yeah.
Is that sort of why there's that like principle with grapes too? They're about like an inch size and like, refracts on the inside.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you put food to warm up, put in a thin layer, so it will warm up more evenly. But that's how that property of microwaves that is able to penetrate 1 inch, 2 inches is used to explore soil. Because soil, I mean, we don't only want to know what's the surface, but we want to know the properties within the soil. So microwave is the tool that or the wavelength that can give us a good idea of the water soil properties or soil water content, soil characteristics. So that's an interesting area of research. Okay, mine has failed out. Yours failed out too. Okay. Huh? Okay. Look, I click on log out, and now I got this view. Let's see if I can get into the, okay, now it's throw me away again. Okay, let's see. Come on. Don't fail us today, HydroShare. I'm going to run out of funny stories. Huh?
Mine worked.
Okay, cool. Yours?
Yes.
Okay. So yours work, mine doesn't. That's not fun. Unless you want to teach this. The lab, I'm happy with that. Let's see. There we go. All right. By the way, I'm building my own term project. Ooh. It's a tutorial on how to use regression to use remote sense data and ground data, for example, to estimate surface soil moisture with points. I mean, it's a step by step. You have your files here, you have the dates, how you retrieve the satellite data, how you build your X and Y, how you evaluate the strength of the relationship, which vegetation indexes could you use. So it's working. Every Friday in the afternoon, I'm working on this, and we're going to use it once we finish the labs. We're going to run this. So you will see a project that uses Google Earth Engine, GMap. I download the data, and so, okay. All right, let me close this. Okay, today, the idea is that I'll show you the first part is to show you how to do your assignments. The second part is lab number 3 vegetation indexes. Vegetation, we haven't touched that yet. We will touch that on Thursday, I think. So, all right. But first, remember you created your own repository for the homeworks. Okay, can you go there? Let's see, where is mine? Oh yeah, mine was called USU CEE 503 assignments. Okay, you still have that? You can verify that if you go to GitHub and check that repository. Okay, yes, this is my repository on GitHub. It's mine and mine only. I remember in my case, I put it private. I think you made it public, right? And if I had mine private, every time I try to update something, I need to put my GitHub key to do the changes. But if it was public, it was more easier to handle that. So, okay, why we created this repository? Because here is where you're going to put your homeworks. Okay, what do you mean? How are we going to put so? All right, the first thing is have your repository in GitHub, which we did. Okay, who doesn't have a repository? Everybody, right? Okay, now make sure the same name has been cloned at has been cloned to Jupyterlab. Is that true? Everybody there? Okay, very good. Then, okay, let's start a assignment, any assignment, okay? So how do I start this assignment from scratch, or how I start working with Jupyter notebooks from scratch? Because I haven't given you GMAP notebooks, my own notebooks, but at some point you're going to start your term project, your assignment. So today we're going to do that. So the first thing to create a notebook is to access in the left panel that folder, okay? And then here you should see a confirmation of where you are here, okay? So if that's okay, click on this icon. Okay, now we are on a brand new Jupyter notebook. Okay, remember we have 3 ways to enter information in a cell. We can introduce code, which is related to Python. We can create formatted text, which is Markdown. Or if we just want to put a reminder, a raw command that doesn't need to run, doesn't need formatting, then we choose the raw. Okay, let's start with Markdown. Okay, this is practice number 1, learning how to use Jupyter notebooks in, yes. Let me see. What part you don't see? Let me see. Let me see. I can do that. It's going to zoom out like this. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's good. Okay. Okay. Practice number 1, how to use Jupyter notebooks in HydroShare and quasi HydroShare. Okay, you enter a text, run it. Okay, so good. Now, this, you won't have a grammar corrector here. So after writing it, you will have give a second look to make sure that your writing is correct. But so this is markdown. Okay. So if I want to do it a title, I can use hash in front of the sentence. If I use a hash in front, the text becomes blue, random in the cell, and now it's a title. The number of hash determines the level of the title. 1 hash, main title, 2 hashes, subtitle, 3 hashes, a subsection. You can try, say, you can double click what you run. It will go back to a cell mode. Enter, and you can say, double hashtag by Alfonso 2023. So the first one has 1 hash, the second has 2 hash. Run it. Double click on the cell and you can keep editing there. This is an exercise where we learn how to manage and run code in this Python environment. Fun? Okay, so the idea is that when you present your homeworks, you don't just present code. You explain what you're doing. You say, I'm going to call gmap, and you put the code. Now I need to call, let's say I need to call 3 vegetation indexes. You put this description of what you are doing. So you are documenting your code. That's the beauty of this format to code. Like instead of just putting code, like passing code, it's good to explain what you're doing step by step. So in this case, I'm building my notebook. Now let's say, yeah, I want to leave that section like that. Now I can start, let's say, I say, oh, this is too high of a level. I'm going to reduce the level. I put 3 hashes on the name. So now I want to say hash calling gmap. If I have hash or text calling gmap, I need to make sure that it's on markdown. If not, it's going to show like code. Doesn't get the format. So click on that cell, change it to markdown, run. So I can say here, 1 calling gmap. Okay, and now we're going to use what you have been doing during all your studies in your state. We're going to copy and paste. All right. So how do we call gmap? Which notebooks we used to, where in our archive of notebooks we have code that help us call gmap? All of them. So let's go to any of those notebooks. Especially if it's asking us always for that token, I would like to bring that specific code to my notebook so I don't have to chase that, right? So let's go to examples, notebooks. Where was it? 108. I see this one. Okay. And I can copy, Control C, paste. And then I can click run. Is it different? Or 118, it was the one that we were what just to call? 118. Let's see.
Have to install it again because I got error like invalid syntax.
Where?
For importing.
Invalid syntax? Just by passing the code?
I just wrote import Gmap
Okay.
and it gave me error like invalid syntax.
All right. Syntax. All right. So who got this? Are you there? Okay, perfect. So we got Gmap. So here you can double click. I am copying code from Gmap 108 notebook to avoid the G token setup. And you keep documenting. And this is not for just your homework, it's for any work that you're going to do in Python. Okay, so remember to use Gmap, we need to pass the pip command, right? So what I need to do first before calling Gmap, I need to put a note before the title and step number 1. I need to make sure that the user of my code, me or somebody else, pass the pip install minus capital U Gmap. So what I'm going to do here is click on the previous cell and click on this plus sign. And I can say hash note pass the following command on a terminal before running this notebook. Enter, pip install minus capital U Gmap. And this one, I can mark it as raw. If I mark it as raw, it will show up like this. Fun, easy peasy, very easy, right? Okay, so but the idea is that from now on, when you present an assignment, it's not a copy of the notebook that I gave you or a Gmap copy, it's your own version of it. Okay, so I'm showing you all the steps to create. So let's do what we say, copy, open a terminal, and pass pip install Gmap. Done. Now we can go back to our notebook.
So you do that before every time you run something.
The pip install. This is because that the cloud environment we're using, Python, doesn't have the latest version of it. It only has what it has in memory from years ago. So with this command, we're telling, hey, you have an old version, we want the latest and greatest. So for our run, we will update. It doesn't affect our code, it affects the functions that module Gmap has for us. Yeah.
You could put exclamation mark before the sign into it again.
Yes, there is that command, and I don't use it. There is a reason. The Gmap, okay, if you do the exclamation, okay, that technique to put, there is a technique that when you want to install something from the notebook, you put an exclamation in front of the pip that you're going to find in internet. The thing is that you have to restart the kernel if you do that. I tried many times to simplify that and put exclamation, and unless you kill the kernel and restart the kernel, that function doesn't work.
So this is for Colab, it's not for the feature.
No, it's for everything. So for this specific environment, it didn't work. So it's much easier, like instead of killing your kernel and losing whatever you have been running, it's easier to copy, go to the terminal, pass it, and you keep running. So that I tried that several years. Last year I didn't try. Maybe the environment has improved, but I found this way to be the less disruptive to your coding. So, but when you pass that gmap, you have to rerun your gmap import. Okay, now what we need? What's the next step on my homework? I have gmap, I updated gmap. What else I need to do my homework? Any homework that we have done.
Using the package that we import.
Okay, yeah, let's import the map, right? Okay, generate a map. And I can say this is 0.2. Generate a map. I need to put a hash, probably 2 hashes. Change it to markdown and run it. Okay, so how do I generate a map? Well, you guys have been running gmaps all week long, right? Yes, okay. So we go to one of the notebooks and we check, oh, here is the command. Copy. Paste. Run it. And you see, now I have the request for the IP because we copy the code of 108. Now then the notification is showing here, so I can just click there, continue. I have no idea why it's happening this every time. This didn't happen last semester or last year. We just did it once.
Does it expire the token? Or we could just save it somewhere and
The idea is that the Jupyter environment save it, but it seems that now HydroShare like scrap the environment every time the computer shut down. So the key that is saved there is lost. It wasn't like that. So authorization code, go back, paste, enter. There we go. We got our map. Fun. Okay, so we're building our own notebook. We're putting our own notes. We're using code that we see from the GMAP notebooks or the code that we have been running for us. Perfect. Okay. Let's say we want to do an example. Who has found an interesting example in the GMAP notebooks? Anything that has caught your attention? Okay, while you're thinking about it, need to call your attention to one thing. Look at this part. What it says here. Untitled. If you see that word, that means that notebook has been saved under that name. Okay, so for me to know what assignment is, assignment 1, 2, 10, 34, you need to give it a name. Okay, it doesn't pick up the first name. So how you change the name? You go to the folder, click on it, right click, rename. Practice 1. Now it's renamed on both. Okay. All right. Okay, what do we want to do with the notebook? Let's say, give me a task. Tell me to do something interesting, funny, or crazy.
That's it. So like.
Oh, Salai for the Great Salt Lake. Okay. All right. How we do that? How we did that in the past? Right. We need to define a point. Very good. Yeah. All right. Point ##3. Define a point of interest. Okay. Okay. So we define a point of interest. Let me mark this with Markdown, run it. And then if I don't remember, well, that's the reason we have notebooks. So let's go to the remote sensing of Landsat. It was laboratory number 1, I think. Let's go there. Here is, let's find coordinates at the site of your interest. Double click there. Copy that text because that can document very well what I want to do. Paste. Okay, and then I need to pass a command. Copy. Paste. This is Markdown. Okay, and I need to figure out the Great Salt Lake. I have, so you see that the Markdown allows me to have a website there. And that link is alive. So if I click here, send me to that website. So if you are using, I'm downloading my data, I got my point out from this website, you can document your code to provide a direct link there. Okay, let's put Salt Lake City. Okay, Salt Lake City, is that what I want? Maybe I want something closer. I could choose Roy. Roy, Utah. Okay. What I'm trying to find is a point of interest that is interesting. So now I have my lat long here. Copy. Okay. Latitude. Okay. Longitude. And I can put for Roy, Utah. There we go. Okay, I got Roy, so I got a point What else I need to do according to lab 1? I need to create a point based on the latitude and longitude. Copy, paste, run, and I got an exception. Why is failing here? Good. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you were right. So now I have my point, right? Fun. Okay, now I want an image for the Grayson Lake. The next step is to get the satellite image. So I'm going to define point 4. Retrieve satellite imagery. 2 points, Landsat 8. Hash. Oh, it's not formatted because it's in code. Change to markdown. There you go. Boring? No. I mean, it's the same. Any homework, as long as you know how to, where is the functionality, or you go to, remember ChatGPT? Oh, what if we use ChatGPT on this exercise? And we tell them we bring that satellite image and we will tell them to calculate for us vegetation indexes. Oh, all right. You guys are full of ideas. All right. Oh, all right. Satellite imagery, how do I call it? Well, as we learn, we have to go to the catalog. And I need Landsat. And because you are experts on it now, you go to, Landsat 8. Yeah, Landsat 8. Yeah, sure. Landsat 8, surface reflectance. Okay, I have tier 1 here. It says from 2013 to 2023. Okay, very good. This is what we're going to use. I need the code. What's the code? Here it is, the code. Copy 8. Okay, let me check if this address is the correct one. Let me reduce a bit the zoom. How do I reduce the zoom here? How do we reduce the zoom?
Control and
I don't have a mouse.
Where's Control Plus?
Huh?
Control Plus, Control minus.
Doesn't work for me. Oh, one thing that you should do, don't forget from time to time to click on save it. Yeah.
Is this being?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the labs will be recorded. Okay, so Landsat 8, right? So let's see what is Landsat 8. I need to make sure that this address, or to avoid any syntax error, copy that and paste it here. Paste, run. Okay, we're making progress. Oh, doing assignments is so fun. Okay, now I can, okay, when do you want that Landsat image? January, February, March, July, right? You want to avoid clouds. Okay, so let's copy that. Copy. And I will paste it in the next cell. Okay, I need to make sure that my variable where I'm I use it to name the image collection is also being used on the next syntax. Now the dates, let's choose a random year, 2019. We want July.
So like at the beginning of this period. This collection from 2015.
Yep.
Let's see how was the name.
Yeah, sure.
8 years ago.
Let's double check. It said it started in March of 2013, so sounds good to me. 13 on 13. Filter bounds is where's that area and give us the first image. Let's run it. All right, good, easy peasy. Okay, do I need to print the band names? Just in case. Copy, paste, run. Okay, so this, if I get images, that means that I'm getting if I get a response here, means that I have an image that has that information. Okay, good. Okay. Now, remember we talked about the image being needed to be a scale, and so, all right, we need to do that. So let's copy that part. Copy. Paste. Okay, I'm doing several things. So I have two ways to document my code. I can write in the cell that has marked code, I can pass a hash and pass text, or I can create a cell and put it in markdown version. Okay. Okay, there we go. Yes, okay. I have two ways to document my code to explain what I'm doing. So here, when I copy and paste this one, this has an explanation of what's happening here, why I'm passing this command. But I could take this text out, create a new cell, paste it there, and pass a markdown cell. So two ways. Okay, all right, let's go back into our code. All right, now let's add the image to the map. Copy, paste. This command that we did just created an image. Sorry, a map. We haven't passed yet the image. Is the next cell the one that adds the image? Oh, unfortunately, that month is cloudy. Second is not covering the entire Salt Lake. It's just covering one part of it. So the bad news to get a picture of the Great Salt Lake is that I need to work with. This is the footprint of this image, and it's going to be constant. So to get the entire Salt Lake image, I will need, instead of a, what's called, instead of a single image, I need a combination of multiple images. Let me remember, how was that? It's in the, instead of passing a point, here we'll have to pass a geometry. Okay. Let's use ChatGPT. Need to ask a question. Instead of passing a point, an X and Y, I want to pass a polygon. Let's see if that makes sense. Ah, that's what we need. That's the command. You are allowed to use ChatGPT for your assignments. Yep. So instead of having 1 point, we need to pass more. So let's pass more, right?
Should we be getting the script in JavaScript or in Python?
I didn't ask in Python. So I have two chances, either give me Python or JavaScript. Nevertheless, what's the difference of the command in JavaScript versus Python? What's the difference in the syntax?
It feels bad.
That's it. It's very minimal. So if you know already how to do it in Python, you can do it with a tiny bit of tweaking. You can do it in JavaScript. If you see code in JavaScript with a bit of tweaking, you run it in Python. Okay. So what we need is here say if we need to do a buffer. Okay. But this is what I need to do. It says create an AOI and I need 2 corners. If I'm passing a geometry rectangle, I have to give the upper left and the lower right. So these 2 lat longs, this is longitude, longitude, latitude, latitude, are for these 2 corners. So let's do that. Thank you, ChatGPT. I'm teaching my students how to be more efficient with their assignments and their ideas. So I don't need a point of interest. I need a geometry. So I need to modify what I was doing. Okay. I need to figure out. I need to go to the latitude and longitude, and I need 2 corners here. So I'm going to put one here, and that's this website that we're using, lat long finder, allows me to pick up a location and it will give me the values. But remember, how is the syntax? The syntax is longitude, latitude, and I'm here is latitude, longitude. Okay, so just be aware of that. The order matters. It will send you to a space if the numbers are off. Okay, so I'm going to copy that. But and then I'm going to choose the other point, which is here. Okay. Okay, this is called AOI. Let's see, let's make sure it's running. My AOI is defined. Let's go back to ChatGPT and says, if I have an AOI, you say filter bounds AOI. Okay. Filter bounds AOI. Okay, let's see if it works. Oh, the problem here, if you're passing a potential issue, if I'm asking for a region, okay, if I ask for the region, the first image is, it might give me for the region the most recent image. So let's see if I need to delete this command. Okay. Where is my image? Oh, no, I am generating the image. Here is where I added. Yep, it's just passing one image. What I need to pass, I need to not to say it first. So I need to comment this line, close it here. Now, here is the other issue too. Let's see. The other issue in this code is that I have the Landsat archive, the image collection. I'm filtering by this range of dates, by this region, but I'm asking to get just one image. One image means single image. Let's see what errors I get. I get an error. Okay. Keep running. Yes. Yes, it's an image collection. Because it's not one image that I have a collection of images for that period of time. So what I need to do here is, let's omit this cell for now. Let's run this one. This one is just a generation of an empty map. Let's see what happens if I try to plot the image. It's telling me image collection. So we are having an issue, instead of plotting a single image, trying to plot an image collection. So let's check if ChatGPT can help us with that. How to visualize image collection in engine. Uh-huh. According to this, suit your needs. Okay. It says I can pass the collection directly. Let's see. Got the image collection. Let's see. How is my code? Oh yeah, I wasn't running this one. So I can comment it. Okay, image collection, why it fell here? Oh yeah. Let's run the Lancet image collection. Let's go all the way down. I think it's here. Okay. Set. What else is set? ChatGPT. Last bands and a maximum value. Okay. Give it a try. It's not failing.
So that's one image or collection,
It's an image collection.
not just the first.
It's just all the images. So, but in this case, I pass the entire image collection. Okay. What I need is to narrow down to a month. Okay. So right now I'm making sure that I can display an image collection. I haven't put a bound on the region or on the time. Okay. So if you zoom out, were you able to do this? Do you need a bit of explanation how I did this? Yes, no, you are confident on your skills.
Say again.
Okay, so to get this let this map update. But what I did is in the variable where we call Landsat, this is the entire image collection. So instead of running it through the other cells, I just took that variable and I pasted here, map at layer Landsat. So I'm passing, so look at now at the, what I've done actually, I have plotted the entire archive of Landsat for the entire planet. I didn't put a boundary. Like I didn't say, give me for San Francisco, give me for Utah. So I just asked for that. And Google Earth Engine can do that, can plot every Landsat image for the entire planet. So let's say if you want to calculate a vegetation index on the entire archive, it can do it. It will take forever, but it can do it. Because here, right now, I have a display of an area larger than Utah, or same as Utah. I'm just waiting for it to refresh. But look, I have satellite data here. Why is black? Remember the scaling that we need to adjust the value. So we need to do that. Okay. So now that I know that I can plot it, it's time for me to filter it. Okay. So how do I filter only my area? So I'm going to delete this EE image. I don't want an image. I just want the Landsat in the arc from the archive. I just want it for the July period and for the filter bounds. But the result has to be an image collection. Let me run this. Let's see what error I got. Indentation. Where is my indentation error? Where is my indentation? Choose a period of not snow. Okay, to avoid this issue, the fastest way is to connect this. Okay, instead of having this, the expression in 3 lines, have image, Landsat filter date, filter bounds, AOI. It runs now. Okay, so probably I cannot ask here, or let's change this to Salt Lake. Okay, that variable, that's what I want to plot. So I cannot do this anymore. So I'm going to comment it and not have anything there. This is a map. Is that the name of, oh, yeah.
No.
There we go. Only select. So it's so ChatGPT can help us to get the command we're looking for. Is us figuring out the question that we want to do. But now these images are dark. And if you remember, we can play with the values. Okay. So how do we improve from here? Okay, the other thing is that while one of the images it's it will have the right information, the next one is cloudy. Okay, so I could get data this way. Okay, I could get, like, I could define a region and get the satellite images that I need for that region, but I run into the risk of one of the images being affected by clouds. So I can try my luck with another month, like June. Although August will be less cloudy. Oh, much better. much better, but I have a tiny bit of clouds here. So, but this is better. Okay, I have two Landsat images side to side, and I have a better view of the lake. All right. What is wrong with my image? It's not bright enough, right? So one way to modify it, the level of brightness, was given to us, but by ChatGPT. Is telling us to put a command that says a max value. Okay, so let's give it a try. Okay. Seems too high. It's weird. It's not affecting my code, so I need to check how we did it the other time. We have to pass it bands min max, maybe this way. Oh, I'm passing it. There is a difference there. Oh. That's the nuance between JavaScript and Python. That these tiny details. Let's see now again. Too bright. Okay. Okay, not bad, huh? Not bad. Could use a slightly more, I could say 2000. There you go. Did we learn something new? Yep, fun. We can choose ChatGPT. We need to be careful on those syntax nuances between the two languages, but we can just copy and paste. Okay, we have our images. What we want to do? It's not perfect because we got clouds on the north part, but this is better than the previous one. Okay, what would you like to do now? Well, let's see if we can tell apart. Let's ask ChatGPT how to identify water in a Landsat image using image collection in Google Earth Engine. Water in Landsat images. Okay, I pass a question. Okay, it's Why I'm asking for an image collection? Because I don't have one single image, I have several. So passing functions to a single image is different than passing functions to multiple images. So when I ask my question to ChatGPT, I need to specify if I'm using a single or an image collection. Who knew? If ChatGPT were here 5 years ago, my classes would have been this fun instead of okay, copy this code. It was a massive piece of code that okay. Oh, also give me the water mask. Wow. It's a lot. Okay. Let's see. Could we make just a brief step? I need to get some water. So is everybody here? Was everybody able to pass a command to ChatGPT? No? Okay, give it a try while I'm looking for water, okay? See if this is the command I passed or the request I made. See if you get a similar answer. All right, everybody is having fun. Okay. All right. So how to identify water in Landsat images using image collection in Googler Engine? So first I need a collection. Okay. Then we need to map a function. When you have a single image, you can tell by saying multiply, divide, add. We can do operation between bands. But when you have an image collection, you sort of have to explain the how for every image, which bands will be selected and will be implemented. So let me see how we do this. If I copy this, will it allow me to image collection map? Okay, here in when working with image collection is where the Python and the JavaScript syntax diverge. So if I copy this JavaScript and I paste it to my notebook, calculating water bodies or detecting the image. I don't use bar in Python, so I will delete bar. Okay, I just copy and paste it. My collection is not called collection, it's called select. Function image calculate is going to calculate what is called a vegetation index. Is the normalized difference water index. It uses, in this case, is band 2 green and band 5, which is for near infrared, to detect pixels that are water versus others. So if I run this one, it will throw me an error. And the reason is that in Python, to create a function, okay, in JavaScript, you can say just function, but in Python, you have to create a def, right? In Python, you have to create this part has to be out. You have to say def, right? Function, no, def, calculate normalized different water index, image, take an image, calculate these values, return this one. Now here, I have to say calc edit WI. So first I need to define a function in Python. And
You have to put honors on.
say that again.
You have to put a colon.
A what?
Colon.
This one?
Yeah. Just remove it.
Oh yeah, I have to remove it and I have to put 2 dots. And why this is red is because of the tab. Okay. Now they did it. It run. So now in my Landsat archive, in my Salt archive, there is one band called NDWBWI.
It doesn't need to like consider any for function, when you call it.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's say from this collection, select one image, select the band 3 and the band 4, and do the NDVI calculation. Call it NDWI, and to that image, add it as an additional band. So now in this NDW collection variable, I have the Landsat image, but also this new band in there. Shall we see it? Okay, let's see it. Okay, ChatGPT, guide us. Okay. It says here that if we want to isolate, let's see, if we want to isolate only the pixels, first let's see the image. Let's see the image. Let's see that NDWI. Copy. Let's see. Up. Oops. Okay. Since this is an index that goes from 0 to 1, the max should be probably 1. Name. Okay. Okay, where did I fail? It's not defined. It's not defined. It's the same. All right. So I don't know if it's asking me to check the band name. How do I get the band name? I think there is a command.
We have just one band. Just one.
Oh, that's true. Maybe there is just one band. Maybe I don't need all of this. Let's give it a try. No. Okay, here it is. It showed me. Let's see. No band name band 3 available. Band 3. Where I have band 3? Oh, I made here. It never calculated because I used the wrong bands. So let's run it. Let's run it. Okay. Now it's there, but I need to. No. Yeah, I need to go back to my ChatGPT. Oh, I have to say bands, right? What was the syntax? Here. Okay, I can copy this again. Collection. Okay. Oh, forgot this one. Okay, let's give it a try. Okay, it says available names. Oh, it's in capital letters. Okay, I can do that. Oh, is there? Is there? If I do now, if I want to peruse the image, okay, it's giving me the Lancet image. Yeah, this is not helping. It's below. So what I can do is I can create a new map. Just to see, how do I create a map? I say this one. Copy. And I'm going to say map 2. Okay. And in that map 2, I am going to plot that path, map 2, map 2. Okay. Now, if I want to do my query, there it is. Fun. Okay. We did it. We calculated a vegetation index that allows me to filter out the water. Okay, so now I have a map. So what is following here is add colors to this. This is a gray black and white image. I can add a color range. Okay, I can also add. I could also. There is one more technique that, let's say you did all your calculations and now you want this final map. You want it out of Google Earth Engine. So you can now, the image collection, you can transform it to an image. Like it does a blending. So instead of, right now we're passing separate functions and we got our final results, I can convert this in an image and then get it out of Google Earth Engine. But time is running against us. So, all right, what would you like to do? I can add color. I can also filter out the non-vegetation pixels in this image. Let's add colors, right?
We can also make it like binary image.
Yes, and then we can do a binary image. But what I want to do, okay, maybe I should do this step first, and then we do that as the time allows. Okay, let's say you are done for the day. Finish. I'm going to submit. This is the homework. I don't have more time to work on it. I don't like remote sensing, right? Okay, so I need to submit my homework. This is how you submit your homework, okay? Okay, the first thing is your homework is in Hydroshare. It's not on GitHub. we need to send your homework to GitHub. Okay, so for that, we need to go to the terminal. Okay, so I need to know where I am. So I can use ls, and I need to go into this route. So cd, c, usu, and I press tab to complete it. Okay, now I have the same address that I have here. I have it in the folder view. Okay, now, if you have the remote sensing of land surfaces, there is a PDF there. This is the command, the tricks, my list of commands now that I have here, what I have here, it's synchronized with GitHub. So that is section. Okay, is 2.6, 2.7, 2.8. Those three commands, these three is what I use to synchronize what I've been working locally to the cloud. The first thing is, once you are in the same folder in the terminal as the folder you are working on, okay? Now I'm going to use the first command, git add space asterisk. Git add asterisk. The second command ensures that any file that you have deleted also gets accounted. Is git add -u. Git add -u. The third command is this one, git commit -im and semicolons. So the command is git commit -am, git commit, and here is the note.
P should be capital.
Say that again.
P should be capital. The name of the,
Capital.
yeah. Is capital.
Practice one. Okay, so after doing these 3 steps, is recognizing that in this repository, a new file was created. If I had 20 files and I deleted and I pass these 3 commands, it will tell me 1 file deleted. It recognizes what you have been doing, importing files, deleting files. So now that GitHub is aware of that, I am ready to synchronize it. And the command is git push origin master. Git push origin master. Okay, it says dividing water error source ref spec master. Do you have the same error? You haven't run it? Okay, let me see. Weird. Git push origin master error. Okay, failed to push some refs. Okay.
Usually it worked if I just did git push, but without origin and master It worked and sent it all through.
Okay. All right. Username, you know your username. Password is that key that we extracted the other day, which is Scopus. This is mine. Okay. Is Control B, enter. You're right. Hey, can I check if my notebook is up there? Yeah, let's go to GitHub. Here it is. I can click on it. So that is the way you finish your homework. Okay, so in this way, everything that you do in this environment or any Jupyter environment is synchronized to a repository. This repository is forever, at least that is what Microsoft is telling us. And let's say you leave USU, you have your code with you. You can arrange your assignment for classes this way. You can organize your homework. So for just to make you use this tool, what you need to show me, okay, it's part of your assignment is a screenshot of that assignment in your GitHub repository. Okay, but the other part is the file itself. So the file itself, let me see. If you give me this address, let me see. Yeah, if you give me this address, will it allow me to download? Sure, let's see. What happens if I go to Firefox? No, it won't allow me to access it. Okay, so that's not. Say that again?
Because it's private.
Oh, yeah, because it's private. Okay, so one way for you to give me the file is, okay, I finished the assignment. Okay, do this. Right click, download. Here. Now you can save it on your computer. If you upload this file to Canvas, from there I can download it and run it. So I can follow your steps and see where your code had issues, or you forgot a command, or I can repeat the same error that is showing to you. Okay, so as part of the assignments, once upload your file to the cloud. Okay. Second, send me the file in Canvas. So there is another way to upload things to the cloud. Okay. Let me do this. Let's say I have a, let's say I have practice 2. Or I have another file. Okay. And I don't know where I put the PDF. And it's almost midnight. You're tired. You have your thesis, your thesis defense tomorrow. Okay, horrible day. All right. Horrible, horrible day. So I go to, this is the cheating version of it, okay? Okay. I have practice 2. Practice 2 is not, it's not here. I have just practice 1. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to download it. Okay, and I remember GitHub allows me to upload data. So now I'm going to say add file, upload file. Practice 2. Practice 2 is there. One way, hackery way. The other way, practical, if the commands are giving you errors, but you can still have your files up there. So 2 ways to do it. Fun, fun.
So once it's in a repository, how do you get to it? Look at it.
Say that again.
Once it's in a repository, how do you get to it?
It's private. I try to get to it, but it doesn't show your, I mean, I get to your account, but it doesn't show this.
Yeah, because this is mine, this is private.
Right.
So this is the, what I mean is in your repository, you have to upload on your account.
Yes. And then how do you, and can you see our repositories?
No, I cannot see. So that you give me a screenshot.
Okay. I missed that part.
Want the link to on GitHub just so it's
If it's private, I cannot see it.
but if we make it.
If it's public, then I can see it. Yeah. Okay, 2 ways. There is always to show you the hard way and also the easy way. It's the same result, but it's up to you. Okay. All right. How much time we have? 13 minutes, but I show you how to finish the homework, okay? Okay. Want to see how we put colors on an image, a black and white image? Okay. This is a new one for me because in the update of Gmap, in the very first of our notebook, there is this command, Gmap color maps as CM. So this one, I'm not sure if Google or if ChatGPT has this information. So let's see if I ask him this. How to use this command. Okay. Okay, so it says if I imported already this one, I can use this command. Okay. Let's see. You know, this is becoming. Okay, I need to. Okay. Okay. But how do I add it to my display? How to add color map in visualize. There it is, palette. That's the command I'm missing. Palette. Okay. 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 Oh yeah, I need to pass this command first. Then I need to add palette. Let's see. All right. Let's see if it works. There you go. I added colors to that map. So since I can play with the range too, so I'm saying maximum is 1. Okay. So I can query and put limits to the min and max based on the values I get. So what's the value of water? Oh, I need to activate the query. Okay. 0.01. What's the dry land value? Minus. So what about this location? Negative. So this index is giving me for dry land negative values. And for water bodies, including the wetlands here, positive values. So I could say mean 0.5. Now I'm forcing to display colors only between water pixel values. As the water body.
So everything outside, like that land would be 0.
No, it's visually it's assigned a color, blue color.
So it's just assigns it the color.
Yeah. Why your play like that would be okay. I should be getting anything. Why? Okay. Okay. We did it. We filtered out the pixels that are related with water. Okay. So when in doubt, ChatGPT asking questions, It's quite powerful. We can see it, but the more you practice with it and Google certain terms, you can refine these measurements. One more step that ChatGPT told us is, okay, this is just for visualization, how we actually filter out the pixels. Okay, one more step is filter out the pixels, and after that, exporting these multiple images into one single image, and then getting it out of Google Earth Engine. Those are the two steps that are missing here. But as we have progressed, we have done a lot of stuff, right? Okay, so let's leave it here. And if you want this notebook, I can share it with you. Okay, I'll post it and you can see how we did it. All right, so from now on, assignments. All right. So I will start posting assignments for lab. Now that you know how to post, how to connect to your GitHub and send me the notebook. All right. All right. Thank you for your time. I'll see you